everybody. Welcome to another edition of Hall County Sports Television. I'm your host, Garry Glenn. The madness of March is upon us, so we open the show this week with basketball. It got tight in the round of 16 for the North Hall girls, but they survived 6th-ranked Carrollton 47-45. It made the first time the Lady Trojans had gone into the Elite Eight since 2006. McKenna Rushton came up big, leading North Hall with 21 points and 10 rebounds. Sarah Pascal also came up with some key third and fourth quarter points to finish with 8 points and 10 rebounds. Lady Trojans then punched their ticket to Macon in the Final Four by holding off a late Allatoona rally and beating the Lady Buccaneers 67-58. In the scoring, North Hall sped it around in that one. Taylor Swazowski leading the Lady Trojans with 17 points, including going 7 of 8 from the foul line in the fourth period. Mary Kate Rushton had it going on from three-point land and finished with 15 points. Sister McKenna, 10 points and 11 rebounds in the win. Sydney Cleveland had 11 and Pascal added 8 as the ladies of North Hall head to the state tournament semifinals for the first time in 21 years. And the last time they were there in the semifinals, the present coach, Kristi House, was on Gene Foster's team. In a festive Lady Trojans locker room now with Coach Kristi House. And Kristi, first of all, congratulations on making it to the Final Four. That's a goal for every basketball team in the state, and certainly one of your goals at the beginning of the season. Now it's here. How you feel?
Oh, we're just tickled to death. We're happy and, glad to be practicing another week and having this opportunity to head to Macon on Thursday.
Well, whatever it is, it's going to be the last week of practice, right?
Most definitely, one way or another, yes.
One way or another. Now, before we turn the cameras on, you said something about that some of the old coaches or the coaches that have been coaching North Hall girls basketball in the past have been in contact with you. That must be pretty neat.
It has been neat. After the region championship, Coach Gene Foster called and said she'd like to bring the girls some cupcakes and things. And when she got here, I said, you got to talk to the team while you're here. So she got to speak to the team in the locker room, which was really awesome. And then we went to North Georgia to shoot the other day. And Marie Faulkner, who coached here from, I think, 1969 to 1981, took the team to the state tournament. She met us at the gym, just kind of surprised us there. And I told her, Miss Faulkner, while you're here, you got to speak to the girls. So they've had a couple of people come in that are part of our tradition, and they can, hear their wisdom from the past, and it was great to hear those ladies tell them how proud they are and wish them good luck. All
right, now let's go back to last week. Now, a couple of pretty tight games. Now, first of all, really a tough one with Carrollton, rated number 6 in the state, but you survived in advance, and that's the key this time of year.
Right, it definitely is. We played pretty well that game with the exception of the free throws down the stretch. We made it a little closer than what we thought it had to be, but Carrollton is a great basketball team. It was a really good girls basketball game, and we were lucky, to come out on top and be able to advance.
And now you go to Dalton and play Allatoona, another pretty good team, but you jumped out on them and really got into a pretty good rhythm for the whole game.
We did. We were up really big in the first half, and then, we found it hard after the halftime to keep the kids playing with the same level of intensity. I think, everybody talked about the goals up there. You can't shoot on them, you can't do this, that. And our kids were just like, we're going to go in there, we're going to shoot good. And they did. They went in there and they shot really well in the first half. And, of course, Allatoona had a great fourth quarter, and they really poured it on. And we missed some shots that we'd normally hit, but, again, just lucky to get out and advance. So we'll take it.
Well, they made a run at you, but you were able to withstand the run. And that's a big thing, because that's going to happen this time of year, because none of these teams you play now are bad teams.
Oh, that's right. Anybody you see is a good team. So we fully expected, when we got the lead, we kept thinking, it's coming. We just got to be ready for it. So thankfully, we weathered the storm, and we came out on top. One
thing also that's got to be pleasing to you is the fact that I'm looking in reading the accounts of the game and so forth, and you got lots of people who are stepping up now. I mean, people who can – defense kind of stays with you, but now you got some people on the offense that have been really clicking.
We do, and we, coming into the season, we felt like we'd have 5 or 6 people that are capable of double-figure offensive nights, and 4 or 5 people that can rebound that same way. But we know any night we could have a different leading scorer, and if we have some balanced scoring with lots of people scoring in double figures, that just bodes well for us.
McKenna Rushton has been really solid. Another 2 double-doubles last week.
Yes, the bigger the game, the bigger she plays. She puts in the extra time in the gym. She's even been doing extra workouts throughout the tournament, and it really shows on game night.
All right, now, you go to Macon, Final Four, as I said, you're all excited about that kind of stuff, and you're playing a team that hadn't lost since 2010.
Right.
Washington County, right?
Yes.
The Lady Hawks or something,
right.
Lady Golden Hawks or something like that. 30-0 this year, but you've already played some top teams. Kristi, some people that are really good, so you can't be intimidated, right?
Oh, we're definitely not intimidated. We respect their ability. We know they're going to be really good. We know we're going to have to bring our A game and play as well as we possibly can. And we just hope to go down there and compete with them, play well, and anything can happen.
Again, be prepared for the runs and the ebbs and flows of a game.
Most definitely, and they like to play a really fast speed of basketball. You know, they're going to press us a lot, and we expect that. And hopefully, if things go well or if things don't go well, we can find some kind of even keel and weather storms they might have, or get through some, you know, poor shooting or something, and hopefully get it back on track as the game progresses.
You said that you've had the other coaches that have come in, the past coaches. Now, you were a player on the team that last went to the Final Four. What are you going to be able to take from all of that and tell these girls about this experience to enjoy it and have fun, but you're there to win too?
That's right. And, you know, that's what I remember. I remember the game vaguely, but I really remember my teammates and the fun that we had in preparation and the people that just supported us and loved us. And, you know, Coach Wood being here, he's been to the Final Four a few times, and, you know, I've talked to him a lot as well. And I'm just want these girls to really enjoy this week, you know, especially this senior class, and all this can mean to them in their life, just to have the experience of being able to go down there. And we're planning a lot of special things for our team this week, and so we just hope to make it memorable and go down there and do well. Play
your game. That's got to be, you know, you're playing another team, but you've got to play your game.
Right. And we've kind of said that so many times the past few weeks. We have to just do what we do. You know, as much as we talk about the other teams and we make our kids aware of what they may do, or this, you know, personnel, whatever, at the end of the day, we got to do what we do, and we got to do it well, you know, and we would hope we'll come out on top.
Good luck to you,
okay,
Kristi.
Thank you.
Hey, we're going to have you next week on the show again, okay?
That'd be good.
Whatever happens, all right?
Either way.
But we hope this is with a championship. All
okay,
right.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Now, congratulations and good luck to the Lady Trojans. North Hall survived some tight situations in those games, but the opposite story true for the East Hall girls. They rallied, but lost a close one in the round of 16, but just by 1 point, 44-43 to Love It. In fact, they reportedly had as many as 4 shots, including a missed layup within the last 15 seconds, but could not convert. Morgan Jackson led the East Hall Lady Vikings with 19, and Jasmine Jenkins had 10 points in their last game as Lady Vikings. They'll finish at 26-4 on the year. Jenkins, by the way, has been invited to the American Family Insurance High School Slam Dunk and Three-Point Championship. That'll be at 8 p.m. on March 30th at the Ilario Center in New Orleans. CBS will televise it at 4:30 on April the 1st. Chesterton's girls also fell in the round of 16, 50-34 at LaGrange. Sam Brown had 10, Megan Kennemer 9 points in the loss for the Lady War Eagles. They finish at 19-11. Okay, now for the boys. North Hall also battled Carrollton in the round of 16, and it was a tale of two halves. North Hall winning the second half, but not enough to overcome the number 2 ranked Trojans of Carrollton. And even though they got as close as 4 points fairly late in the game, Carrollton held on to take a 9-point win, 54-45. Carrollton played well at the end, including hitting their free throws. I talked with North Hall coach Benjie Wood in the locker room after the game.
Benjie, there were a couple of times when you could have really folded the tent, but I thought you hung in there and you made it a 4-point game at one time.
Yeah, well, you know, the kids fought. We have great kids, and they're going to continue to fight and scrap. And, you know, we got down early, made a lot of mental mistakes. We got a lot of kids who really aren't used to being in this environment, and we'll learn from it, and I think they'll come back and be a lot better for it next year.
When they hit the 3 threes in a row at the end of the third and the beginning of the fourth, that was huge. But again, you battled back.
Right. Well, you know, sometimes the ball didn't bounce your way. We played great defense, thought we had to travel at the end of the third quarter and didn't get called. And then we played great defense on the first 3 to start the fourth quarter, and the ball didn't bounce our way, and they kicked it out. And that's what good teams do. They take advantage of small little mistakes. So you just have to give them credit on that.
They were really quick, fast, athletic.
They were. They're a good team, and they can shoot. The thing is, they can shoot the 3 really well, so that makes them tough to guard when they're quick and they can shoot.
And Criswell, I thought 2 blocks that had the big kid, the big 6'6", 2 blocks late in the game were gigantic.
He's done that all year for him. He's 6'6", he has long arms, and he's a coach's kid, so he's smart, and he knows how to get those blocks without fouling. He's a good player. You have to give him credit on that.
Got a little emotional there at one time, Coach. Had to settle people down, but I thought they did a pretty good job doing that.
Yeah, no, that's part of being kids out there. You know, I told the referees, I said, listen, we got to get this thing under control. Kids are just fighting and scrapping, both teams, and, you know, males, we all like to stick our chest out from time to time, and that just happened, but everybody got calmed down, and, you know, we both have respect for each other, so.
Travel well, Coach. I thought your crowd kept you in the game.
Our community always travels well. They support us. They're just great people, and they love us, and we love them.
Well, you only get, I won't say get rid of, but you'd only graduate a few players. You should have a pretty good nucleus coming back, Benjie.
We have an opportunity to be pretty good if the kids will work hard, so we're just going to do what we do. I'm really proud and pleased and excited about where we can move forward from here.
When you think back, it stings right now. When you think back on the year, what are you going to take away from this besides all those wins? You got a bunch of wins too.
We did. Just the journey. These kids have been such a joy to coach. They've done things the right way, and they've sold out to what we do, and they've been an absolute joy. So I'm very proud to have been their coach.
Thank you, Benjie.
All right, thank you.
Now in that one, Ebo Smith, as he has for most of the year, led the Trojans with 18 points. Simone Cross and Avery Cagle had 9 each for North Hall, and they'll finish the season at 24-6. East Hall's boys ran into a buzzsaw at Manchester and fell hard 95-76. J.C. Hampton leading the Vikings with 26 points, and Chris Orr added 12 in their final game for East Hall. Brian Edwards with 24 points for the Vikes, and they'll end the year at 22-8. Now, some graduate news. Gainesville alumnus Jamie Carnes has been named the 2012 Peach Belt Conference Women's Basketball Player of the Year. That shouldn't be no surprise to anybody. For the first time in the history of North Georgia women's basketball, their player has been named the PBC Player of the Year. As the leader of the Lady Saints this season, Carnes led the nation in scoring, averaging about 25 a game. She finished with 624 points scored, which is the 10th highest scoring total in league history. Carnes scored 30-plus points 3 times and had a career-high 40 against Brunel. She finished second in the league and 15th in the nation in rebounds per game with 11.2. Jamie recording 20 double-doubles, which led all of the NCAA Division II level. She also led the league in blocks and was 8th nationally in that category. Carnes named PBC Player of the Week 3 times and probably should have been named PBC Player of the Week even more than that. Congratulations to Jamie Carnes. What a year she had. Well, it's chilly this week, but baseball is heating up. We're back with that story when we continue.
Hi, I'm Rob Bruce. I'm the pastor here at McEver Road United Methodist Church. And I was thinking this morning about how complicated life is. We have a lot of choices to make in life and not a whole lot of guidelines to do it sometimes. It's like being a parent. I'd hoped when I was a parent that our kids would come into the world with their instructions printed on their bottom, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. And parenting is so much guesswork. I'm amazed that we hear so many people talk on TV, and we can go into the bookstores and see the books and the folks on TVs that have all the answers, but you and I know that they don't have all the answers. And the answers aren't as simple as they tell us sometimes, that all you have to do is smile just right or say this thing or feed your children this and everything will be all right. Jesus gathered with his followers after he was raised from the dead on a mountain in Galilee. And in Matthew 28, it tells us in verse 17 that even then some doubted. And I think that's interesting that the church was formed with some doubt in it. We don't have all the answers. We have some answers, but we don't have all of them. And if you'd like to be part of a community that doesn't have all the answers, but that can help you be at peace with the questions, well, then we invite you to join us at McEver Road. We invite you to come by and visit us at one of our worship services. Won't you come and see?
There are hundreds of options when choosing apparel or promotional items at J. Geyer Advertising and the Trophy Case. We're all about quality and competitive pricing. Sports items are in stock. Look for special pricing on Letterman jackets, corporate apparel, corporate gifts, and custom embroidery. All local high schools should check out the line of spirit wear and trophies. We're also offering custom screen printing available for any team sport. Be on the winning side when you choose J. Geyer Advertising and the Trophy Case, locally owned and operated at 250 Dawsonville Highway, Gainesville. Call 770-718-0062 or on the web at jgeyer.com and trophycaseltd.com.
We're back. I'm Garry Glenn, and this is Hall County Sports. We turn to the diamond for this particular segment. Gainesville baseball up first. They edged Jefferson in a couple of games last week, 2-1. The first game, Michael Geddes leading the Red Elephants with an RBI triple. David Gonzalez got the win for Gainesville, allowing a single run in 4 innings with 8 strikeouts. And then the Red Elephants remained undefeated after an 8-0 win against Jefferson. Hunter Anglin with a 2-run home run for the Elephants. Skylar Weber with 2 doubles and an RBI. And Gonzalez 2 for 3 for Gainesville. And Geddes struck out 6 and scattered 5 hits in 5 innings for the win. We bring to the show now Red Elephant coach Jeremy Kemp. Jeremy, first of all, congratulations on the good start.
Thank you. Thank you. We're excited about the season.
Well, you beat a pretty good team last week.
Yeah, Jefferson's really good. We played West Lawrence for that. They were ranked 8th in the state, and then Habersham, they're a 5A school. So we're excited about the start. Pitching's looked great. Pitching and defense look really good.
Well, you kind of knew that, though, didn't you, Coach, coming back? You knew your pitching was going to be pretty strong because it was strong last year, and you went pretty deep into the playoffs last year.
Yeah, we feel good. We feel like we're a really balanced team. We haven't hit quite like we want to. We're hoping our bats will heat up as it heats up outside. So.
Good luck with that for the next couple of weeks anyway. But what's been the most pleasing thing about the start, other than the fact that you haven't lost, at least to the point when we're doing the show?
Yeah, I'm very happy with our younger pitchers. I think they've thrown really well. Michael Geddes and those guys. Michael's really thrown well. He's been I won't say a surprise. We knew he was good, but we've got 4 seniors that throw for us, so him stepping up throwing, and then you got Hunter Anglin, who's going for his 20th win on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, but once again, now your pitching was pretty strong last year, and then the makeup of your team, you've got a pretty good many seniors on this squad, don't you, Jeremy?
We've got 6 seniors. This is the most I've ever had. So they're a good bunch of guys, man. They've been working hard and holding each other accountable and doing a great job.
Well, it sounds like they're spreading the leadership role out. It's not just devolved on one person.
That's right. David Gonzalez, Ryan Griffith, and Stephen Mason are 4-year starters. So they've got this thing pretty much down to a science of how things are supposed to go, and they hold each other accountable. It's a great situation.
Coach, you've been talking to some of the people around, and you got kind of a little bit of a bullseye on your back because everybody expects you to be pretty good. And Gainesville baseball, of course, with a strong tradition over the years.
Well, that's what you want. You definitely want that. You want people to know or think you're going to be good every year in and year out. But it's wide open. Everybody's 0-0. The region starts Wednesday. So,
well, looking around the region, how does it stack up? I mean, you got to put yourself in at least toward the top of that pack. But who's going to be strong this year, you think?
Well, we feel like we're at the top of that pack. I mean, we feel confident that we're in the mix for sure. But it's hard to say. Oconee County's going to be good and Walnut Grove, but you don't ever play them with your younger team, so you really don't know what they have coming up. Lanier is an up-and-coming school down there. They're right by Buford. They do a good job, and then Johnson, Tony Wilson, I believe he's got the best team he's had down there at Johnson. And West Hall's a lot better than they were last year. I think everybody's pretty much better. And I'm just speaking on our side. There's the whole north side where it's got North Hall and Franklin and all those guys up there, Lumpkin County. And, they're going to be good too. So
the talent on your team is not only good for high school, but it's attracted some attention at the next level, has it not?
Yeah, we've got 3 guys right now that are signed. Ryan Griffith is going to Furman, and he's signed with Furman, and Stephen Mason signed with Georgia Perimeter, which is a junior college here in the state that's ranked 4th in the nation right now. And then David Gonzalez is signed with the University of Georgia. We've also got Skylar Weber and Michael Geddes who have committed to Georgia. So they've agreed to play baseball. Nothing in writing yet, but they've agreed to play there. So
Perno must have a pretty good hotline for up here to the Gainesville Red Elephants for the Diamond Dogs.
Well, I played for Perno, and I think a lot of him, and he's a good coach and good guy. So
now, is it the main? I mean, that your pitching at least should be solid, and you kind of alluded to this already. The key down the stretch is going to be if the bats come alive.
Yeah, I believe so. It's a situational hitting. You got to do the job getting bunts down and stuff like that, especially with the change of the bats. It's going to be a little bit different game than what we've been used to last year.
Update me on that now.
Well, we've switched to the BB cores, which is the sweet spot on the bat is going from 5 inches to 3 inches.
Wow.
So you've got to hit a ball square for it to go.
Was that a reaction to what people thought is a surplus of hitting or something?
Yeah, I don't know. I know they switched to it last year in college, and home runs were down significantly, and you know, I don't know what the reasoning is for the change, but I kind of like it. It's a lot more, you know, bunting and doing stuff like that back like you used to do back in the old days. You don't do that anymore. You didn't do that anymore.
A little more thinking is what you're saying.
A lot more thinking. It's a little bit. It's a lot more fun too. I think our kids really enjoying bunting and squeezing and hitting and running and doing stuff like that. Where we haven't done a whole lot of that in the past, with the bats being like they were. But
anytime you play a game where somebody throws the ball and somebody hits it with a bat, pitching is key, Coach.
Yeah, it is key. Pitching and defense, and that's what that's what we preach to our kids. That, you know, it's got to be. That's one thing. Those are the two things that got to be consistent all year long. The hitting's going to go up and down, and as long as we got pitching and defense, we've got a chance. So,
good luck to you.
Thank you.
Jeremy Kemp, head coach of the Gainesville Baseball Red Elephants. I'm sure we'll be seeing you again.
Thank you for having me.
Now, turning to some other baseball, Riverside Military edged Pinecrest Academy 2-1 last week. Christian Ferris 2 for 3 with 1 RBI. Blake Barron 1 for 3 with an RBI. Colin Patel 2 for 2. Drew Coffey went 5 innings for the win, and Jacob Harrison pitched an inning for the save. Dallas Devers was 2 for 2 with 2 RBI for Lakeview in a 5-4 win for the Lions over Riverside, a game called early by darkness. Derek Fadul also 2 for 2 for the Lions. He had an RBI. Patel 2 for 2 with an RBI for the Eagles. Chesterton beat East Hall 11-7 in an extra inning after the Vikes had tied it at 7-all in the bottom of the 7th. Big blow for the War Eagles was a 3-run double by Joey Sheeman. Pitcher Zach Sweet also had an RBI double after Michael Pinson had driven in the first run of the 8th with a single. Pinson wound up on the game 3 for 5 with 2 RBI. Lucas Bennett 2 for 5 with a couple of RBI as well. Sweet struck out 8 in the complete game win. For East Hall, Hunter Buffington was 3 for 5 with 2 doubles and an RBI. Chesterton broke the tie in the bottom of the 7th, which is normally the last inning for high school ball, and edged West Hall 3-2. Tanner Gable scattered 3 hits and struck out 8 in the complete game win. Dylan Brewster had 2 RBIs. He went 2 for 4, and Justin Spears scored the game winner for the War Eagles. West Hall was led by Cameron Johnson with a hit, a run scored, and a stolen base. Earlier in the week, the Spartans had lost to Lumpkin County 8-5 and White County 3-2. Jake Shirley leading West Hall with a 2 for 4 day with a double against White. Flowery Branch beat North Hall 4-3. Andrew Lauer got the win for the Branch, giving up 1 run in 6 innings with 2 strikeouts. Chase Hulsey got the save and hit 2 doubles for the Falcons. Drew Miles hit a solo home run, and Logan Conley smacked 2 doubles, and the Branch was still undefeated at the beginning of the week. North Hall beat the defending AA state champs Buford next, 6-4 the final there. Avery Smith got the win, going 5 innings. Colton Duttweiler no-hit the Wolves for 2 innings and recorded a save. Preston Graham was 2 for 3 with a pair of RBI. Andrew Smith, Jesse Strickland, and Zach Mize each scored twice for the Trojans. We're back to wrap it up when Hall County Sports concludes.
There are moments in life that you wish would last forever. Dreams that really do come true. Treasures worth protecting. And a future to prepare for. Turner Wood & Smith is with you every step of the way. Established in the Gainesville area in 1905. Turner Wood & Smith has become Northeast Georgia's largest independent insurance agency by offering professional service at competitive prices. Turner Wood & Smith, insuring your future since 1905.
This program is also brought to you by Long Street Cafe, now with 2 locations in Gainesville, 1043 Riverside Terrace and 405 Pearl Nicks Parkway. Open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Monday through Saturday. Longstreet's got the reputation for Gainesville's fastest drive-thru and the best fried chicken you'll ever sink your teeth into. Plus veggies, a full salad bar, and great desserts. Check today's menu at www.longstreetcafe.com. Call a friend and meet them for a hearty meal at Longstreet Cafe, where they put the home in the cooking. Hall County Sports is brought to you in part by Green Ford on Browns Bridge Road in Gainesville. Check out the latest deals, and remember, when you go Green Ford. By Mountain View Auto Repair, a full-service shop for all of your automotive needs. Call Danny at Mountain View Auto Repair at 770-535-7278. And by McKever Road United Methodist Church. Visit us on McKever Road in Oakwood with 3 worship services every Sunday morning, Kids Town and adult small groups. McKever Road United Methodist Church is dedicated to transforming the world through the good news of Jesus Christ.
We're back. I'm Garry Glenn. This is Hall County Sports. We've got some spring sport highlights for you from last week. In soccer, North Georgia Christian swept Colonial Hills by identical scores of 2-0 boys and girls in the Lady Chargers game. Nicole Ball scoring both goals. And North Georgia Christian swept Loganville Christian. Kayla Goodson with 2 goals in the girls' 4-1 win. Jonah Martin scored a goal and assisted on the other in the male Chargers 2-1 victory. Then North Georgia Christian's girls shut out Creekside 6-0. Kayla Goodson hit the hat trick. The Lady Chargers were still unbeaten at the start of this week. Johnson swept East Hall. Bethany Johnson 3 goals and 3 assists as the Lady Knights won 8-0. Macy Collins had the shutout for Johnson. In the 1-0 boys win, Israel Azora scoring off an assist from Jonathan Mendoza. Keeper Josh Martin recording the shutout with 6 saves for the Knights. East Hall and West Hall's boys soccer tied it at 2-2. The Vikes, in fact, tied it with only 28 seconds on the clock after a corner kick to Saul Lopez. West Hall's girls dominated in a 10-0 win. Yohet Terrones quickly scored twice with Rachel Klein adding a hat trick and an assist. Goalie Kylie Beeman had the shutout. Johnson and Creekview's girls also tied at 2 last week. Gainesville had a big sweep of Monroe area. Hartley Carter had the hat trick and the girls' 9-0 shellacking of the Lady Hurricanes. Ricardo Gomez had a goal and 4 assists, and the boys' 10-0 beatdown of Monroe. Ricardo Madero scored both goals in Riverside's 2-0 win over Holy Innocents. Victor Salcido recorded 5 saves in his first shutout of the season. Flowery Branch swept Rabun County 10-0 girls and 9-0 boys. Cassidy Elrod led the Lady Falcons with 3 goals and 3 assists. And J.C. Ramey also had a hat trick. Lauren Dunn with her 6th shutout in goal this season. Thomas Davis had 4 goals and an assist in the boys' win. Then Flowery Branch swept Rockdale County. Elrod and Julia Sankowicz each had 2 goals for the unbeaten Lady Falcons. Dunn with another shutout, 9-0 at that particular game. And at the time of this show, nobody had scored on the Lady Falcons. Leo Manzo had a hat trick and 2 assists as the Branch boys beat Rockdale 6-0 that evening. Lakeview's girls shut out Banks County 7-0. Annie Dempsey scored twice for the Lady Lions. Lakeview then beat the Banks County boys 2-1 on penalty kicks. Keeper Dalton Snyder had 14 saves in regulation and 4 more in the shootout. Thomas Parris had the regulation goal off a cross from Chance Calderhead. In tennis, Johnson's girls shut out Wandabarrow 5-0 and beat Forsyth Central 4-1. Riverside beat the Towns County boys and Pinecrest boys 5-0, as did the Flowery Branch girls to the Buford girls. Branch girls rolled on with a 5-0 spanking of Madison County. Gainesville's tennis team swept Walnut Grove, the boys, in a 5-0 shutout. Flowery Branch then swept Mountain View, the girls, in a shutout there for the Lady Falcons, and Lakeview swept Commerce, the Lion boys, in a shutout there. West Hall's boys beat 4-1, as did the North Hall boys to Franklin County, and both the Chestatee teams had 4-1 wins over White County. In golf, Riverside edged Hebron Christian by 1 stroke in a match cut short by darkness. Despite a 33 from West Hall's Justin Harkleroad, Riverside beat the Spartan boys by 6 shots. It was the Lakeview Academy boys over Athens Christian by a single stroke, 171-172. John Jacobs shooting a 38 for the Lions. North Hall's girls beat Hab Central by 6 strokes. Milton won the 2nd annual Chattahoochee Golf Invitational this past Saturday. Mill Creek 2 shots ahead of the 3rd place Gainesville girls, who were led by Meg Callahan. The event honored breast cancer survivors. Okay, time now to name our athletes of the week. For the males, we're going to go with David Gonzalez of Gainesville baseball, a big part of 2 Red Elephant wins last week as they began this week undefeated. And for the females, North Hall basketball's McKenna Rustin. She had 2 double-doubles in the playoffs last week as the Trojan ladies make it. And once again, good luck to them down there. Okay, a couple of other notes for you as we close out. Cross country and track runner Luis Gonzalez at North Hall High School has signed a scholarship to run for Truett McConnell. Now, he has helped the boys to team glory, including a couple of 2nd place finishes. He was 2nd himself individually at a national meet not long ago. We told you last week that Lindsay Embrick, the North Hall senior, has recently signed with Brenau University to be on their competition cheerleading squad. Well, here's the picture of her signing. Congratulations to her. And finally, the Chicopee Ag Center held an event somewhat out of the ordinary for our county as they hosted the Interscholastic Equestrian Association's regional finals. Varsity Open title went to Rebecca Holloman, so she'll move on to more competition, hoping to make it to the Nationals in New York. That's our show for this week. Join us next week right here for more Hall County Sports. I'm Garry Glenn.